China. China, an amazing country. Asia is home to one of the biggest and most deserved countries in the world. China are China. There are at least 56 ethnic groups or groups that have their own shared cultures. However, the major of China's population is Han. Each province or part of China has its own distinct culture. China has an incredible mix of people, landscapes, and wildlife. It is the third largest country in the world. Only USA and Canada are bigger, and it has the largest population in the world. In fact, one of every 5 people in the world lives in China. That's more than 1.3 billion people. Do you know China has more than 1,500 rivers, including some of the biggest river in the world. The longest river in China is Yangtze, which is the third longest river in the world. Only Amazon River in South America and Nile River in Africa are longer. China is also a country lived with art, music, dance, food, and celebrations, and temples and places and statues, canals, and the longest hand-built wall in the world. Chinese people have a long, rich history of inventing things. Ancient inventions include paper, printing, kites, and the abacus, a popular counting tool. More reality, Chinese people have invented the fastest train in the world, the Great Wall of China. More than 2,000 years ago, first emperor of China, Qin Shi Huang, started to build the Great Wall. It was designed to control the movements of different against varieties. Nordic tribes. The Great Wall, which was built mostly by enslaved people, is the longest wall in the world. It's also the largest structure ever built by hand. It's more than 21,000 kilometers sideways long. Some parts were wide enough to fit 10 soldiers side by side, while the other parts could fit only by 1 person. Although parts of Great Wall are crumbling, you can still see many of the more 20,000 watchtowers that are served as lookout points thousands of years ago. The Great Wall crosses northern China between the coasts of the north central China. The Chinese wildlife. One thing makes China special is that it has many different kinds of natural places. It has rugged mountain peaks, rocky deserts, tropical forests, and lush valleys. Because China is such a big country with many different habitats. It has many different kinds of living things. There are giant pandas in the bamboo forest of central China. There are tigers and monkeys and a kind of animals or plants that live in the near China's many river streams, include the giant salamander, giant panda. Panda have seen as natural treasures in China. Giant pandas live in the sleep of bamboo trees in China, feeding almost non-stop on these tall, quick-growing grasses. Many pandas will spend more than 16 hours a day chewing bamboo, eating about 10,000 pounds a year. Unfortunately, China's population has grown so quickly that many plants and animals are losing their habitats. For example, scientists say there are fewer than 1,600 pandas left in the wild. The bamboo forests where pandas live are being cut down for farming and houses. Celebrating Chinese culture, food festivals, and more. As a nation of many nature treasures, China has a rich culture filled with special celebrations, art, music, dance, sports, and food. If you visit China, one of the first organic things you might notice is the writing of official language of China in Mandarin, which is one of the 6,000 characters, with each character stands for a word or parts of the word. Fire, mountain, forest, woman. The year of. If you visit in late January or early February, you might be lucky enough to. If you visit in late January or early February, you might be lucky enough to take a part in celebration of Lunar New Year. This is one of China's very most important festivals. It is celebrated throughout the country. To celebrate the Lunar New Year, people take part of colorful parties, wearing bright clothing and watching lion dance performance. Fireworks are also a big part of the festival. Their sports are also important to many China people. You probably see lots of people playing table tennis, ping pong. China has trained some of the best table tennis players in the world. You will also see a lot of bike riders, since most people get around by bike. Food and Chinese culture go hand in hand. If you eaten in a Chinese restaurant, then you will know how many flavors and species is the food special. Is China food special? Different variations of China are known for different kinds of food. For example, food from the previous Sichuan and Hunan is very spicy and often use chili pepper oil. You might notice that Chinese people using two utensils, chopsticks, and a soup spoon. Rice and wheat are common foods in China. Rice is grown in flooded fields called paddies. In many parts of China, rice is served with all meals and is important of the diet. If you see people eating noodle soup, fish, soybeans, and other foods, China past present. China has a long rich history, which has helped shape of country today. Most historians think the country was settled more than 5,500 years ago, making China one of the earliest civilizations in the world, still thriving today. Capital of China, Beijing, is city around 21 million people. Beijing is one of the governments that also known as many tourists like Tiananmen Square, also named the Gate of Heavenly Peace, a large square in the city center that is used for special events. Land of Silk Month. Most of the silk is produced in China. Silk comes from capital of a silk month, which is the strange insect in the world. The caterpillar spins a silk cocoon, and people harvest the silk thread from the cocoon. Chinese people discovered silk about 2,640 BC, and cat is a secret for not 3,000 years. Today, China has the second largest economy in the world. The leader makes selling products to 8 countries, and from toys to televisions and textiles, such as silk. It also has a huge tourist industry, hosts 2008 and 2022 Olympics in Beijing. When China's population grows, people will need more water, energy, food, and other resources. The country faces the challenges having to provide enough jobs and resources to the population, while it's still protecting the environment and people's rights.